Alright guys, here we are today for probably your shortest video yet. It's irregular verbs. And my caption is, they're just not normal. Because that's what irregular means. So far we've spent time talking about rules that you can apply to most verbs. Well, that's different for these because here's the deal. For irregular verbs, you should throw all the normal rules out the window. There's no rhyme or reason for why they are changed and manipulated the way they are. You simply have to know that this is an irregular verb and therefore the forms are going to be different. Okay? The more you speak the English language, the more these types of verbs become customary and normal for you. I would say, because you don't necessarily know every single irregular verb, that this is very important. Use the charts on page 125 and 126. Okay? It's got most common irregular verbs. In fact, it shows you the different forms that you can use for the different contextual situation. Okay? Now, I'm going to just spend a few seconds here telling you what each other slide is going to be. I'll show you the verb, which is going to be in its present tense. Then present participle, which is something, if you remember, is happening right now. Okay? Past, so that's something that happened before. And then the past participle, where we have our helping verb that helps us switch that, which is also present perfect, remember. So, I'll just show you some examples of some common ones, just to get you thinking along the right frame of mind and to offer you a piece of the pie. But when it comes time to homework, it would be in your best interest to keep your books open to the chart that I just told you about. Okay? Because that should give you, for almost any situation, a lot of the most common irregular verbs and how they change. And then guess what? The more that you use them, the less likely you would be to need a chart in the first place. So, here's an example. The word burst is an irregular verb. Now, in its present tense, you would see burst, or possibly with an S. So Mr. Fincham bursts the bubble. That's present tense. Now, this picture, you could say the hand or the needle is bursting. It's happening right now, the bubble. If this already was in the past, you could say the bubble burst when the needle hit it. Okay? Now, if you had present perfect or your past participle, you'd say the needle has burst the bubble. Okay, another example. Cost, it's another one. Cost, or it could be with an S, right? Cost or cost, is costing. Cost for past, and then past participle has cost. So far in our first two examples, we see a very common theme that our present and our past are one and the same. Okay? So you could say that activity costs a lot of money. You could say your attitude is costing you minutes off at recess, because that's happening right now, right? You could say yesterday's lunch costs more than today's. That's past. And then if you think about something that started in the past, maybe it's still going, you could say, which is our perfect tense, remember, also our present participle, you could say your piano lessons. Sorry. Let me think of a better way to say that. She has cost us plenty of money throughout the years on her piano lessons. Sorry, I had to think of a way that has cost would sound right. Which brings me to our next example. Catch. Okay? Catch is another one, but it's not the same for past and present, as you can see. Catch and catches, that would be present, is catching. Okay? Caught and has caught. Alright? So you could say, he catches the pass. Or he is catching the pass, because it's happening right at this moment, as you can see. The player caught the pass. or the player has caught that pass so many times in practice it was easy in the game. Okay? It's a good picture right there. I would remember that picture if I were you. Hint, hint. Okay, and here's another one where they change, shine, and I decided to go with the Christmas theme here. How about this? Shine your light for the world to see. Okay, that's a present tense. Okay, or the star shines above the stable. Okay, the star is shining above the stable would be something that's even more present, right? Happening right now. Or let's say we know this is in the past. It happened at Jesus' birth, right? The star shone over the manger. Okay? And let's say we're talking about a Christmas pageant, and every year they use the same star. They say, that star has shone over that manger for the last 20 services. Speaking of services, you guys know you have to memorize your lines for your Christmas service. Okay? And guys, I just gave you a few examples because we could spend all day going over examples, but that's not going to make sense because you have them on a chart. I just wanted to give you a few to get your mind wrapped around it, but here's how we'll end this.